What's up, boys? It's Flash back with some more charts and another video. Today is Thursday, June 20, late afternoon. Markets are closed, and I'm going to go through my tickers here. Primarily uranium, it's my favorite, and just going to kind of tell you guys what I'm seeing on the charts, both by price and by momentum. So just to kick things off, we're on URA, and look at this moving average. This is the 3-year moving average. We're just riding up. This is the trend. This is the bigger trend, longer term trend. And there's kind of an ascending triangle here. It looks like we're in a channel. We're on this bowl. A lot of lines here. I try to keep it as simple as possible for you guys, but as long as this is going up and to the right, I'm okay. It may take some time, but this is the monthly time frame. It takes a little bit longer for these candles to play out, but it really reduces the noise and helps us think a little bit clearer, or at least it does for me. And then momentum. Similar story, potentially there's going to be some support here coming in, and that's not even touching the 3-year moving average. The 3-year moving average is this red line, if you guys can see it. So we're going to see if this trend line will hold or not, but ultimately it looks like there's some energy guiding this price up. Okay, if we look at URNM, a little bit simpler and not too much data, but again, looks like we're in an uptrend, consolidation of some sort, an upwards consolidation, which is really good, I think. And hopefully we can blast to the upside. URNJ, similar story, not too much data, don't have many lines on it. Okay, U.UN, the physical trust. Uptrend, moving average is going up. We go up, we flag out, consolidate on momentum, we break out. Looks like we're entering some sort of consolidation. Again, we want to see if this is a real trend line or not, and if this is a real trend line or not. This has a lot more touch points here on the bottom, which is good. But all looks good on my end. And then UX1, similar story. Looks like we might be able to catch a bid here from momentum perspective, the distance from the moving average. So I'm not sure if we're even going to touch this moving average. We may do just something similar here, this consolidation. Just build the energy for the next leg up. The metal versus gold, again, a key ratio we want to keep our eyes on, and a similar story. Moving average is getting price up. Nice little uptrend, should have some support here on momentum. We should begin to go sideways at least and build that energy for the next leg up. URA versus U.UN, breakout in momentum, which is great. Now we want to fight to get above this moving average and have this moving average kind of curl around, right? And hopefully do something like this. Again, that's that red line. URA versus S&P 500, not much has changed. Building the energy, this looks like it could be a bull flag of some sort, but we got upwards momentum on the trend. Looks like we're going to continue squeezing in through here, this little ascending triangle it looks like, and we want to break out and bust out of here, which would be fantastic. URA versus gold, similar story. We're right on the arc, right on the moving average, defined by that arc, and then we might probably have some more support. Nice little breakout here, bullish ascending wedge, descending wedge rather, and again we want to bust out of this momentum pocket. Nvidia versus CCJ. So Nvidia is showing a ton of strength, obviously, right? But this looks like a broadening wedge. I think it has plenty more room to go up. Looks like we're breaking out momentum. Looks like we broke down on the longer time frame momentum, but we're retesting it and looks like we're coming back up. So this is a good point. Like, just because momentum is saying something doesn't necessarily mean price is going to follow suit. So we'll see what this does, but this is a broadening structure and it could be a topping formation, but who's to say? The AI and energy to support the AI and the hardware, it's really an interesting conversation. So I like to follow this ratio. Apple versus CCJ has shown a breakdown. We're rolling over. This moving average is rolling over. It's not going to happen immediately, but we're going to follow this one too. We want to be, if we're in CCJ, we want to be outperforming Apple. Now Bitcoin versus CCJ, again, kind of rolling over here. And you can't even see this trend line, can't even see the moving average because of the trend line. This is monthly defined trends, price, support, resistance, blocks out a lot of the noise, but we'll see. We're going to keep following this one. And then lastly here in the ratio section is Apple versus URA. Pick this one up also from Casper on X at Uselink. He's a really good follow. But also looks like probably a topping structure. Apple measured in URA, which is really good for our stuff. CCJ, uptrend. Moving average is following price up. We have a nice little trend here in momentum. We want to repeat what we did back in the early 2000s, right? We want to bust out of here and maybe find this divergent high to know kind of when we are slowing down. We're going to know when we're slowing down in CCJ. It's going to break down from its 3-year moving average, and that does not look like anything here. Moving average isn't even close to flattening out. Over to Paladin. May have a momentum breakdown here on Paladin, so we could expect a consolidation, kind of like put a little line there to represent a mini consolidation, and so we may lose this trend, right? And that's okay. This one didn't even have a trend line to kind of go off of, right, when it shot straight up. But that isn't to say we can't keep building the energy and keep going higher. So keep your eye on this. Would love to finish this month strong and maybe negate this breakdown, but we'll see. We'll keep our eye on it. I still love Paladin. Similar story with Bannerman, right? Could be breaking down momentum. We could also have a trend line kind of going like this, maybe. Who's to say? But again, this bull is really a representation of the 3-year moving average, right? It's a cycle. It's showing its cyclic nature. And so I think we're going to hopefully keep riding up the bull, let the moving average catch up a little bit, right? This red line. Let me see if I can make this brighter, because sometimes this red line doesn't show up on the videos. See if that helps brighten it up a little bit. So that's Bannerman. FSY, still so good looking from a big picture perspective. We may be breaking down here a little bit. Broader consolidation, meaning this trend line is the one we're going to want to break out of. So we could go sideways for a bit for FSY, but again, longer the base, the higher in space. I think this could be a nice little bull flag to eventually buy into, assuming we can break out of this resistance. Deep yellow. So this one's tricky, right? Because we looked like we were kind of poking our head out of this trend line, and now we may be falling back in. We may have something going on like this. But again, the chart looks great. There's a big resistance here. Can't just burst through it, I don't think. So let's build the energy, let the moving average guide us up. Denison, above resistance, now support. And this is holding its trend line so far, right? So Denison looks really good. Lotus. So Lotus is a little bit different. You see the angle of this trend line, of the moving average rather, is going a little bit, it's still going up, but it's going more sideways than some of the other ones, right? And maybe that has to do with, I don't know, the illiquidity of Lotus back in 2015. We'll keep our eye on it. I think it's going to enter this kind of consolidation. And then Encore. Zoom in on momentum here. Still kind of going sideways in momentum, right? So this moving average again is also kind of flattening out a little bit. We eventually want this thing to kind of curl up like that, right? So we'll keep our eye on that. Boss Energy. Okay, so Boss Energy was showing us a breakdown. We were aware of this. We know we're going to enter a consolidation for the most part. We're at the top of a wedge, it looks like. So we got to let Boss Energy kind of do its thing here. Find out what it wants to do, maybe get some support. Looks like we could find some support right above the moving average. So maybe like right here, we can measure that, but I'm not going to do that right now. But again, you zoom out in the big picture, looks like this could be a channel, right? So even if we were like to go sideways through 26 and 27, this could still be, if the uranium thesis is still intact, it could be a good buy candidate. I wouldn't buy it necessarily right now. I want to see us kind of flag out. But again, I'm keeping my eye on it for you guys. ISO. Clear, looks like maybe some sort of bottoming formation going on with momentum, right? So we want to stay above the red line, which is the moving average, and maybe continue going sideways to, again, activate this flagpole. AGE. So AGE is breaking down, it looks like. It's okay. It's still in looks like a bull flag, just a massive bull flag, right? This could dip, and this could become a candidate to kind of scale into, perhaps. Not financial advice, but we want to, or we finish this month strong and hold this and continue going sideways before the next leg up. UEC, so this momentum kind of went straight up, right? You can see that in the price. So it's going to need time to digest that move and perhaps go sideways, right? So there's some clear breakout lines that we want to get above from a momentum perspective. And it's clear on price too. Next gen, similar story. Really good performer. Got to digest this move. Hopefully it's some sort of consolidation where we meet the moving average and then burst higher. Silex, I really like the look of this one. You know, not a ton of momentum breakdown. We're going to hopefully catch this uptrend on momentum. I like the look of Silex, and I'm not sure if we're going to hold this trend or not, but we want to follow the moving average up. Yellow cake, consolidation, momentum breakdown, needs some time. Centris. Centris is, you know, a clear bull flag, cup and handle almost. When we pop out of this resistance line, we're going to throw a party for Centris. I mean, it's kind of clear as day what it's lining up to do, hopefully, right? This could also be, I don't know, maybe a wedge of some sort. Just kind of saw that, so we'll see. On Elevate, looks like alligator, right? We're on the moving average right now. We want this to hold. We want this arc to hold. I don't know how far I can stretch it out. But if you look at the 3-month time frame, there's even a bigger arc going on with Elevate, potentially, right? But even the 3-month is starting to curl up. That's a really good sign. Sky Harbor, similar story. We're going to know when it's going to start breaking out. Keep eye on it for you guys, but nice bull, nice base, double bottom, double head and shoulder bottom, insane looking chart. Laramide, insane, looks great. I would love, Laramide's one I really have my eye on right now. This is right in a good candidate to start scaling into, in my opinion. MGA, falling wedge, all looks good, all looks healthy. So the moving average starting to vibe with this bull, right? We want to ride the moving average up. So hopefully good things to come for Mega. Energy Fuels, break out of momentum a little bit. Maybe we're back testing it this month. And we just need to continue building this energy. This is a big move that could be incoming for Energy Fuels. Western Uranium, posted this on Twitter, on X. Looks really good. We're holding looks like a trend of some sort on momentum, and this is kind of a roadmap, potential roadmap. Big cup base, probably some sort of handle with a huge upside target. UROY, cleaned up UROY a little bit. Maybe this is a double support, maybe it's not. Momentum's not giving us too many clues. We want to get above the moving average. FUU, clean this one up too. We're going to know when it breaks out momentum wise. This one looks really good as well. Ascending triangle. CAP, bull flag and an uptrend. Momentum's not giving us a ton. I'm going to delete this line. Whoops. But we'll see. We'll continue following CAP. Canalaska is showing good signs of waking up from a momentum perspective. You know, broke out of this horizontal, another little horizontal here. We'll see if this trend line, if this channel is valid or not. It's going to take some time. Fission, looks like an inverse head and shoulders on momentum potentially. I also really like the look and feel of this one, but again, not a ton of data. GLO doesn't light me up. So that's all I have for you guys. Drop me a like, drop me a comment if you have any questions. Catch you guys in the next one.